a while now because on tomorrow I celebrate 22 years free from drugs and alcohol.
Amen.
Every year around this time, I have my emotions go up and down, and they go up and down because I remember how damaged and broken and wounded drugs and alcohol made me. I remember how when I was awake, I was hoping I would die, and when I was asleep, I was dreaming about how to commit suicide. That's the best that drugs and alcohol could do for me. And like we've been here all morning, this whole service been so uplifting for me because even with the Sunday school lesson, God has the power to bring us out of, it really doesn't matter. Whatever kind of war we're in our spirits, in our hearts, in our minds, in our souls, in our countries, in our homes, in our families, on our jobs, the war does not matter to God. What matters is that we say, God, I'm in a position I can't get out of and I need your help. I dropped on my knees and I said, God, please don't let me die like this. And it wasn't even because I loved myself. I didn't love myself, and I didn't know how much self-hatred I had. When I learned year through years that sometimes we're so wounded, we really don't know how wounded we are. Like there's a possibility to be so broken, excuse me, and in your heart and in your spirit that you just don't know. You think you know, you think you know, taking care of things, you think you are right, but you really are not. I really wasn't, and I did not know. And when I dropped on my knees and I said, God, please don't let me die like this, God sent power and help to me that I didn't know was coming. And even then, I didn't ask him to save me for me. I didn't want to do what I was doing to my children. I didn't want to see that look I saw in their eyes. I didn't want to at that time, lose my marriage. I had things on the outside of me that I wanted so bad that I didn't want drugs to take my life, alcohol to take my life. And I was thinking about those things. Well, God used my children. I didn't have that kind of love for myself, but I had it for them. So he used those children to give me the motivation to get myself together. And then as I was working on myself, then I realized, oh, well, I needed to get myself together for me. I needed to save my heart, my life, so that I could be of service to God and so that I could be of service to mankind, because that little box thinking I had was just me. You know, oh me, poor me. And it was much bigger than that. The issues are much bigger than whatever kind of problems or things that my little box thinking will allow me to think. And so as a result, you know, every year my life, truly, in spite of, I still have things that happen, that hurt, that are tragic, that are, you know, cause me grief and pain. But in spite of those things, God does things to show me that my position needs to be solid with him no matter what. And that position still serves to bless me, it serves to protect me, it serves to heal me, and it serves to show me that I'm in this world because of his love and his grace and his mercy. Had nothing to do with me and even my children. But I had to stay here long enough to learn all that. You know, that pastor always tells me, you know, your ministry is what God is pleased with. You have a ministry. Like, I never thought of myself as somebody with a ministry. Like, I just know I love to talk. And now I got a whole lot to talk about. The older I get, the more I see God do, the more I have to talk about. But I'm so grateful that he's the kind of person who promotes our talents. Like, he's got a lot of wisdom, so he can see all these talents because God has given them that's why he's our pastor, because he has these big visions and he can see things. So he pushes us in those ways that God has blessed us and has designed, given us those talents to be used, and he pushes us so that we do live our lives in a way that's pleasing to God. So, you know, I'm really, really grateful this morning, Pastor. Oh, he's not here. Show him the tape.
I will.
But I'm so grateful that he's the man of God that he is, that his heart is so big, and that it stretches beyond. A lot of times we'll have conversations, and I'll be listening to him talk, and I'll just be going, wow, I didn't even think of that. You know, because